Hey guys, Shane here with One Shift at a Time, and it is episode 20, can you believe it, 20 of the NHL Power Rankings, and we're going to get right into it as it is Saturday night, number 10, and they're back into the top 10 after a week out. We got the St. Louis Blues, and they did lose to the Ottawa Senators to start the week off, but then they did have big wins over the Rangers and Predators, which are both good teams. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10. Jordan Kyrou leads the team with 22 goals, which is actually kind of confusing because they're in 5th in the league in goals for a game, so they're scoring, but I guess it's scoring by committee. Everyone's chipping in there. So they do play the Winnipeg Jets on Sunday. Look for the Jets to come out hard in that one. They're starting to play a lot better lately. Number 9, they're going to be dropping 2 spots this week, and we do have the New York Rangers. They did bounce back a bit tonight. They had that big 7-4 win over the Dallas Stars, who, again, fighting. That Pacific/West is insane. Every point matters. They have Panarin. Panarin's got 63 points, and the Rangers are going to host the Ducks on Tuesday. Number 8, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're also going to drop a couple spots, but that is because they only played twice, and they're kind of the victim here of how other teams around them played more than themselves, because again, they only played 2 games, and so they only went 500, where a lot of teams did better than that. They did have the win over Vegas, but they did lose to Florida, so we'll see. I don't have a lot of concern with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm sure they'll be right back. They're going to be playing tomorrow bright and early as they take on the Carolina Hurricanes at 11 a.m. on Sunday. Number 7, and they're going to be up 2 spots, and it could have been more if things went their way, but it was the Toronto Maple Leafs. They did lose to the Coyotes in overtime due to definitely some controversy there on that. I'm definitely not a Leafs fan, but I would have seen that called as holding almost any other time. But they did lose that game, but they did also win against the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Seattle Kraken this week. Their goaltending continues to plague them. It's just, it continues to be the big story in Toronto, and I think it's going to be the factor that decides whether they make a playoff push or they go through that all too familiar first round exit. And number 7, and number 6, in 6th place we do have the Boston Bruins. They have 4 wins in their last 5 games. They're really starting to heat up. They've actually been playing pretty good since about halfway through that Marchand injury. Their only loss out of that 4-5-2 is coming in overtime, and it was to the Kings, who they smashed the week before. So they did come back and win that game in overtime. They did then beat the Blackhawks and the Coyotes. They're going to travel to Chicago for a bit of a rubber match against Chicago and the Blackhawks on Tuesday. Number 5, and continuing to slide downhill, see what I did there, it's the Colorado Avalanche. You know what? They've been playing so good for so long. This is not too concerning, but I mean, this is kind of a power rankings. It's not standings because they are still tied for first in the standings, but this is about who's playing the best right now, and they looked like gods in February. They were just marching through and killing everyone. They're definitely showing some signs of mortality lately. They did win over the New York Islanders on Monday before they did lose to the Devils and the Hurricanes. So we'll see as they host the Flames again tomorrow. I think that's going to be another good game, another playoff-like atmosphere. Number 4, and they're also dropping 1 spot this week, and we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this was another one that could have been more. They started the week with a win over the Chicago Blackhawks on Sunday before losing to the Jets, the Flames, and now the Oilers. So they do get a little leeway because they are such a good team. But as the Habs have shown, if you string a few of these bad weeks in a row, you're going to really start to drop down the standings. In 3rd place, and I think the highest they've ever been in when I've done a power rankings, that's for sure, it's the Calgary Flames. I mean, first off, they have won 16 of their last 19 games, which is impressive as in itself. But it's the teams they're beating, right? They've beaten the Habs, the Bolts, the Oilers, the Leafs, pretty much anyone that's being thrown at them besides, a couple losses in there. Markstrom was able to get his 9th shutout again tonight, just playing absolutely game. He's going to be playing against the Habs on Sunday, and I think the Habs are really going to bring it. They're not going to want to lose to the Flames again. And number 2, they're up 2 spots. They're currently on a 5 games winning streak. And we have the Florida Panthers. And this week, their victims included the Red Wings, the Buffalo Sabers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Philadelphia Flyers. Jonathan Huberdeau, who has seen this coming? He's quietly entered the points race. He was in first place just as recently as the beginning of Saturday night. I'll have to see the updated stats tonight. But he's got 82 points, so that is crazy. They head on west to do that crazy road trip. They're going to start it off in Los Angeles, taking on the Kings on Sunday. And number 1, this is the second week in a row. I guess there was some controversy. Some people didn't think the Carolina Hurricanes should have been number 1 last week, but I don't think there's any controversy now. 4-game winning streak, officially taking the crown from the Colorado Avalanche in points percentage. They're now the number 1 team in the NHL. They're just playing great. They also shut out the Habs this week, so they also beat the Flyers, which isn't as impressive, but they only had the 2 games and they won them both. They're going to take on the Penguins tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Again, let me know in the comments below what your list is and maybe some predictions. I loved how people had their Stanley Cup predictions in the last one. A lot of Calgary, Tampa ones in there. Let me know what your predictions for the Stanley Cup Finals is as well. If you did like this video, hit that like button. If you're new and you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button. Share this thing around, and as always, we'll see you guys in the next episode.